Here's a thing for a stage play.
Yeah.
It's a new movie, Fanatic, by John Travolta. It's directed and written by Fred Durst.
No, I haven't seen it.
I have to recommend it.
I think I heard something about it.
It makes me feel very uncomfortable.
All right,
John Travolta is great in it.
We'll see how far we get. I'm gonna do
that. Sentence makes me very uncomfortable.
John Travolta's a mentally handicapped Hollywood stalker.
Wow.
That sounds.
How about David Bowie's Pinups, his cover album?
Huh. Yeah.
See how far we make it through it. All right, welcome to episode 56, talking over albums. And there's another thing we're doing. We're doing David Bowie's 1974 Pinups, the follow-up to Ziggy, where he was like, "I'm the king of British pop music.
You're gonna love it.
Everyone."
His music
is awesome. The key to the success of talking over albums is the intro.
I want to do like Brett and Todd.
No one's
like
listening, so this is.
I want to do like Brett and opposite. I want to sit there and talk about how much I love it, and by the time I'm done, I'm going to hate it.
All right, anyone got anything? So this was right after Ziggy. So this is like 74, 75, 73.
Brett was minus 8 years old.
Rosalind.
I was minus 6 months.
I think these are all known bands. Like
in 10 years.
He does the Kinks, the Who. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is.
You could move him out of the way and sit on the couch again. He just
no!
To be in
Actually,
contact
that wasn't why I was.
Okay.
Oh, he does too.
I do.
He has dogs. He knows.
Okay.
He just move them.
I'm always like. Sometimes I'll be at somebody's place and I'll just like lie down on the floor. I don't know why. I just don't really like think about.
Right.
Okay.
He's like a regular dog.
As long as you're comfortable.
You can mold him like clay. If you want him somewhere, you can.
He
just
wants
put
to
him
be
there
close to the two new people, and really, you could just cover him with that blanket, and he'll be gone for the night.
We don't really have anything to say about Bowie because we already did like a whole my whole manifesto of like. I assembled a list of like all what I consider his best work after,
which was
like,
awesome
Let's
and
Dance.
very not only
that took a lot of
but
research.
Educational.
Yeah, so we don't really have anything left to say. I mean, we've only done one Bowie. We did the list and then we did Let's Dance, but so we kind of covered everything. Anyway, Bowie. There's nothing left to say.
I have fond memories of Let's Dance.
This is going to be a brand new album for me.
We didn't love it all, but I think we had fun with it. It was really fun.
All right, so we...
The music,
so...
It has some ups and downs.
Artists he covers on here...
It's a whole album of covers?
Pretty Things, Them, The Yardbirds, Pink Floyd, The Mojo, The Who, The Easy Beats, The Merseys. Pretty Things, Yardbirds, Who, and... So he does a cover album, and he covers 3 of the bands twice. Like, good job.
Okay.
And
Are there songs that
Which song of Pink Floyd does he cover?
See Emily Play.
Oh, yeah.
Way to ruin the surprise, man.
It's a weird song to cover Pink Floyd's.
I'm not sure what album this is on, because I only ever listened to the Pretty Things. They're like a really eclectic band, but they're most known for the album SF Sorrow, which is like a legitimately freaky 60s psychedelic album, because most 60s psychedelia is like, whimsical and candy coated. That album is like an acid nightmare. It's awesome. I don't think this is on it though. But
it's like he went to Patrick.
I don't think this song is on it.
Get your confidence so you can.
Oh, I'm gonna pass out. That's very funny. That's my favorite album.
We don't do anybody's favorite album.
Why do you have Sunday's newspapers on the corner?
Do you have a chow or something?
Hey, Paul!
Oh, I just realized. One was Batman and one eventually played the Joker. I don't know why that just now realized that.
Let's forget about the Joker part.
Jared Leto.
Leto?
Beautiful man. So what was David Bowie's goal in this?
He means well.
I don't think this was...
Jared Leto means well. That's all I have to say about that.
I hope so. I think so.
I don't think he's out to get you.
This time.
Is he the Mars guy? He has a band or something?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
Or is that Joaquin Phoenix? Or do they both
I think
have
I've heard him sing. I was like, I think I've heard him sing. And he's not half bad. He's about as good at that as he is at acting. He's good.
Was this album an exercise in vanity, like an ego-fueled piece? I'm not really sure. I've only listened to this twice. It seems like he's more of like, here's some shit I like. It seems like in theory this should have been like a like ego stroking.
Well, you know how I love context. What year did this album come out?
73. Here comes the night.
David Bowie's so good, and he covers all these songs. It's like he's not even really paying homage to the songs, or like paying respect to them, because how could he not do a better album of covers than this?
Well, yeah, I have this big thick Bowie book that somebody got for Joanna, and then I've just been reading it. She's never read it. This album cover.
Way to throw Joanna under the bus.
This is edit it out. This album cover was for a vanity photo shoot, and he just used it for this. It wasn't specifically for this.
So he didn't want to waste the money on it.
Like somebody designed a cover for this, and then he threw it out and just used this like Vanity Fair.
That really sounds like him, though. It's like, he's amazingly artistic, and then all of a sudden he just goes, I want the pop thing. It's just like, okay. I think that's part of what makes him cool. It's just like over and over again, David Bowie figures out when to be high art and then when to go lowbrow on you. Like, he just hits you with something and goes, nah, this is just going to be a rocker. You know? Well, there is that point where you have to figure out how much drugs you should actually be doing to be creative and what's just detrimental to
optimal level.
Right.
Because Mark Bolan just kept trying to write the same song over and over and over again until he died. And like Bowie was like had moved on to like multiple other things, and then love him, but he was still just like spinning his wheels.
That's one of the things I like about David Bowie was like how he always kept expanding on the original idea. You know, it's like he had these things at first. What was that guy's name that he ripped off?
Gary Glitter?
No.
I got a pee.
He completely ripped off somebody, and I can't remember. I watched the documentary, and I was just like, thank you. And Glade. What's his name? Stop peeing and tell me what his name was again.
Anthony Newley.
Newley.
I totally forgot I was wearing the shirt you got. Because I haven't worn it in a couple days.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, Anthony Newley. Like, he was really big in England, and apparently David Bowie, like, worshipped him. And so, like, his first album, like, was a big, like, he had a hit, but, like, nothing else went. And then he kept doing it for, like, I don't know, like a couple albums. I don't remember exactly. But he did it for a couple albums, and then he reinvented himself again. It's really cool to see the evolution of somebody figuring out their own voice. And then that, they went all the way to like 69, I think. Space Odyssey came out, and it was like, everybody's like, I've never heard anything like this before. That's crazy. And then he just kept building on that.
Which one is this?
Wish You Would. I don't remember this.
You know what this reminds me of?
This was
Guns N' Roses, the Spaghetti Incident.
Yardbirds.
Yeah, that was a great album of covers. These are probably those two albums are like the worst albums of covers.
Yeah, it's just, it's fun. I think it's fun because it's a decadent Axl Rose just like, I can't do this at all, and I'm going to do it anyway.
Did Axl Rose do like an album of me covering Aretha Franklin?
Yeah, like that. Like he just said, I love punk. I love, he does all these songs, and it's just like,
in my dreams, I'm in Motown.
I kind of love it because it's just.
It seems like there are two songs I really liked on it, but I don't remember. Everything else is kind of, I couldn't even tell what song it was supposed to be. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I love Guns N' Roses, but
the one that I think is particularly ridiculous is the "Sympathy for the Devil" cover.
Well, that's not on that album, though, is it? It's on like
it's on
Interview with the Vampire.
It's on the soundtrack, but it's on the Spaghetti Incident. The one I have, it's on there. It might be a later version where they slammed a couple more covers on it or something, but
I don't know. I like that cover, but
One thing, okay, I'll give you one though. I like Aerosmith I like them a lot. And one of the things that Guns N' Roses always did really well was cover Aerosmith. Like, whenever they did an Aerosmith song, I really liked it. I was like, they get what's good about this song and they leave out what's cheesy about it.
Yeah.
And just get down to the structure of the song. I kind of like it when you're going to cover something, it's like, do something different, or why are you doing it? I think...
Yeah.
Is anyone a Yardbirds fan? I love 60s, anything in that vein, but like I've never really cared for the Yardbirds. Like Roger the Engineer is okay.
Kind of bland.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
They never stuck in my brain at all.
Rock,
Just
British 60s rock. You see Emily play two of my favorite things
I even like
colliding.
the Faces, but I had to keep going back and going, oh, now I like that song. I've hit an age where this is appropriate for me or something. I don't know.
Limp Bizkit, for yours. He does good cover. I mean, like...
No, you're right, he does.
He, like, Behind Blue Eyes, hands down.
La 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 la.
Didn't they also do a cover of like Aha?
He really
Is that
hates
them?
the Who for some reason.
Was it Aha or was it Wham or something?
It could be both.
Ooh, what is this song?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, I love like the disturbing monster.
Yeah,
vocals.
it's
That's
like
a bunch
Emily,
of minor
you better
sevenths.
watch Emily play because she's gonna get kidnapped by the monster.
He turns it very sinister and.
Yeah, it's like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the
As if
Lambs.
Sid Barrett wasn't weird enough.
Oh, that reminds me. We really need to get a new chair.
Does that have to do with Buffalo Bill
It's just
doing his pose in front of the mirror?
that thing is just sad to look at. Like, God.
Are you making fun of my chair?
No, not at all.
Chair.
Not. You'll have to listen to the podcast to find
I
out.
actually heard this version before I heard Pink Floyd's version.
I told you I'm willing to visit the idea of replacing my grandpa's chair.
I know.
Because it's ripping apart in multiple areas. Even the dog doesn't want to sleep in it.
It's,
awesome.
That tells you
it's funny
something.
to me that it's ripping apart where you're not sitting. Like the part where...
Young Jimmy Page trying
why
to
is
start
that
a
the
fire
worst
with his
part?
mind.
Maybe he licks it and chews on it while we're not here. Now it's unrecorded.
Okay, I'm listening. Wait, what is this one?
See Emily play.
Pink Floyd cover.
Oh, I'm finding this really easy to tune out.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate about this is like, no, to answer my own question, I don't think this is like he was waxing himself with this one, where it doesn't sound like, watch, I'm gonna do all of these famous contemporary songs much better. I'm David Bowie.
Then what was his
Bowie.
point?
You know what's
What
funny
was
when
the
you say
plan?
that? That's
Contract fulfillment.
the spaghetti
I'll take
incident. It's
that.
like, I want everybody to think I'm cool. I'm going to cover all these songs that you wouldn't expect.
Were they already gonna break up when they made that album, or was that like the end of it? Like when they made it, and then
My impression was nobody knew that was going to happen.
yeah,
Like they just took a little break and then all of a sudden just fell apart.
they were like gonna perform.
You guys just wanna
in
do that
St.
album
Louis
instead?
or something, and then
I'm listening.
Like they canceled the entire tour.
I'm gonna put David Bowie and then in parentheses in the title Spaghetti Incident.
What's your game, girl?
I thought of the other good Limp Bizkit cover is that Genesis song or Phil Collins or whatever. Land of Confusion? Days of Confusion?
No, he didn't do. Well, I think there was some wannabe Korn type band that did Land of Confusion.
Really? I had
yeah,
in my
we-
head that was Limp Bizkit. Okay.
I
was giving Fred Durst credit for that.
I did a Limp Bizkit
They
album
did
for this
2 other covers.
podcast. The Unquestionable Truth, Part 1. Have you ever heard it? Where like Fred Durst is mixed way down in the vocals, and they're just doing a Rage Against the Machine ripoff, basically. It's actually pretty good.
There's
I
only.
mean, I was drunk on Four Loko, but here's Everything's Alright by the Mojos, who I know nothing about.
Marilyn Manson has done I like his covers of songs too, like "Personal Jesus."
That song is
Sweeping.
so good, it's hard not to like, no matter who does it. So,
Well, he always remakes his songs, and obviously he just does it the Marilyn Manson way. But it's always I don't know, good take. Like "Sweet Dreams," at first I didn't like his version, but now I like his version and the Eurythmics version pretty much equally. You know, I don't know. But he did like the song "Cry Sister" from the Lost Boys soundtrack. A bunch of '80s songs. I can't remember all of them, but they're interesting covers. Tainted Love.
Yeah,
cool.
typically I'm bored to tears by cover albums. I just I don't care for some reason. But like the band is f***ing spot on here. Like it might even be even more tight than they were on. I think it's largely the same people who did Ziggy Stardust.
Were they doing these live? Do you know?
I don't know.
I think so. What about Weezer's cover album?
Yeah, still got Mick Ronson and I think
They covered a bunch of songs, didn't they? They made a whole album or something.
Yeah,
I haven't heard it. I just know the Africa one because
that like started it, right? And then they kind of did the rest as kind of a joke.
Yeah, I think this is the Spiders.
Yeah,
from
that's
Mars.
where I was like, okay, that's funny, but it's why bother? Because it's totally spot on. It's like you didn't add anything to it.
Yeah, but then the other songs are not. They're like they have no energy
Mick
whatsoever.
Trevor, Mick Mike,
Okay.
Dave, Mick.
Like they just don't sound like the original.
Like Baby Laxative or
I can't remember which Michael Jackson song that was. It Thriller? Or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, it
was not good.
Sorry, it's got Mick Ronson and Trevor
this sounds like Meatloaf. What
Boulder
is
who are
this?
in the Spiders
Yeah,
from Mars. The drummer wasn't in the Spiders from Mars band. So. Ronnie Wood played on this. Not on this song, but the song.
They were all
Corona.
playing on each other's stuff. I watched that whole documentary about Nilsson. You put the lime in the coconut.
Nelson and
God.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Harry Nilsson. I watched that documentary about him, and it was just like, I didn't know he wrote all these songs that I've heard.
Oh, for other people or himself?
Yeah, both.
Oh.
I thought he was just the one-hit guy, and it's just like,
Coconut Guy.
oh, he's the guy from he's got the song from Goodfellas. Where they're dragging the cocaine around town and getting shit out.
Yeah.
I don't remember what song was that?
Oh, jeez, I don't know names. Doo-doo.
See, the Who comes on and he immediately bails.
Yeah.
I need my Coke.
Maybe you can. We can do a whole separate episode of your deep-seated hatred of the Who.
You don't want that.
Alright, we're back.
Yeah, he's coming inside. Oh, did you do anything after?
Okay, Audrey's married to this accountant, and she's like, but I don't know.
Yeah. Do you like this version better than the Who's version? Can't explain. He takes all of the tempo out, basically. Just turns it into a sultry...
Sultry, sexy.
Sultry... have you ever seen the full scene of Bowie in Firewalk With Me? I think it's out there somewhere, but it doesn't really make any sense.
It's okay, Bobby.
I think I heard it goes on for 20 minutes. And they just chop it down to this thing that doesn't make sense in the movie. Here's this... I like it, though, because it's who is this guy? Why is he showing up? Where it makes a surreal bridge from the Chris Isaac parallel world to...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Chris Isaac.
I liked him a lot. They should have done a whole series based on his character.
Well, that agent, David Bowie's character comes back, but he's in the form of a teakettle or something. And when he talks, smoke comes out. It's weird. And it sounds nothing like David Bowie.
You've seen Venture Brothers, where they have the leader of the Guild of Calamitous Intent, who shapeshifts, and he just keeps taking the form of David Bowie for some reason.
I can't watch... The only things I find funny are things that you've shown me from that show. I tried watching anything else, I'm like, what the f*** is this?
Love Venture
Like the
Brothers.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, the oh god, it's It's like, come on, dude, you gotta tell people that you're talking to me. He's like, no, you have been chosen by the master.
He's like speaking.
You are the hand of the master. Come on, dude.
Oh yeah, the mystery machine. They're like keeping you captive in the back or something.
It's like, you keep saying you're gonna take me home. We've been driving around for 7 years. He's like, you don't want to go back in your box, do you?
What are you talking about?
The show The Venture Brothers, a parody. It started off as a parody of like Johnny Quest, and then it just started incorporating like everything, like superheroes and like all of the classic cartoons and stuff.
It's like now Daphne, you don't want to go back in your box, do you?
This sounds like David Bowie, but somehow watered down because it's somebody else's thing.
You're getting on topic here.
I'm sorry. I try sometimes.
This is Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats, who I'm also not familiar with.
Yeah, it sounds like David Bowie, but somehow not quite, which makes sense because it's a cover.
Well, his vocal delivery on this is a lot more tame. It's more reminiscent of like his vocal delivery from the 80s onwards, where there's like less of the shrieky David Bowie
the Bowie
delivery.
that I'm familiar with. I'm not really familiar with the 70s
Who
Bowie.
else covered this song? And somebody else.
I don't know, there's a few songs called Friday on My Mind or something on my mind.
I don't remember.
Maybe I just don't recognize the original band's name.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of zooming going on.
Zooming. Well, that was short. How come songs don't fade out anymore? That's a lost art.
That's not sure. I kind of like
No
that.
albums.
The fade. Oh, yeah.
No albums.
Here's
They
another.
just end.
Here's I think it's the Merseys. The Mercy Beats are a band that emerged from the Liverpool Mercy Beat scene. Blah 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 blah. Cool. Here's Sorrow.
Blah, 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 blah. That's so informative.
Blah blah blah.
Now I know all about the Mercy Beats.
Someday I'm going to hang up all the paintings that belong in this room, and there's a Bowie painting right over there that's going to go up.
Yeah,
I find about
still have the Prince one you got me
Is that a
I
Bill
love-
Oh, do you?
Cosby
Good.
record album?
from.
90%.
What?
Is that a Bill Cosby record album?
It is.
Yeah.
He's looking at you.
My only Cosby album is the I Slept With My Brother comedy album from
It's true.
I could not buy
It's a
that.
new one. It's like he's doing an O.J. Simpson type thing where he's just gonna come out and say, "Hey, what are you doing? No."
Ziggy, no humping!
Hey!
Hey, no
He's like,
humping!
you picked up the Bill
Oh
Cosby.
man, that was poetic.
You picked like Bill Cosby. I
Yeah.
thought you wanted to phone.
Can you do a Bill Cosby
Or
impersonation?
is he humping you because you're near his bone that he's
Oh,
decided he's
sorry.
going to pretend?
Did you want to play with this?
Gonna editing that out.
He's like,
So
don't
sorry.
don't be mad at me. Here, play with my bone.
Yeah.
No, play with my bone. He did try to seduce you earlier, so maybe it's just,
Did we do a little dance that I wasn't aware of? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Much like many women have
Aw,
experienced over years and years and years.
You didn't like my overtures?
You didn't realize you were being seduced.
You said yes multiple times.
I'll take this as consent.
You didn't argue before. And now here we are in my room.
There is the question of the ages. What is dog consent? Ziggy, no. I said right here.
I find that weird how dogs,
I
like
said
even
right here.
the female dogs,
Right
will
here.
do the humping thing,
Lay down.
Do they?
And then, I mean,
It never occurred to me that a dog who was neutered would do it.
Yeah.
You forgot I'm in charge.
Here's Don't Bring Me Down by another one by the Pretty Things. So this is pretty subdued as far as, like a follow-up to Ziggy Stardust. It's
Funny
like, I think
thing
he-
about these
Yeah,
covers
it's
we're
a
doing.
total.
I think he was trying to...
Who did For Your Love? Which one was that?
love, I give the...
It wasn't the Trogs. It was
For your love.
You sure it's not for
the Yardbirds. Like who was it?
Yeah, the Yardbird song.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like God. It was. I feel like Eric
Who
Clapton
sang
had
For Your
something to do
Love?
with it.
I think yeah. For your
That was one of my favorites
The
from the.
Yardbirds, my friend.
That was one of my favorites
No,
from
I do not want to buy that.
that era. It's like
The song's been in a lot of movies.
I always thought that lent itself to a great cover that nobody did.
Well, this is a 2015 remaster, but it sounds incredible. Like, perfectly balanced.
This is like more like the David Bowie I like.
Shipes. That's a very London pronunciation. Shipes. Another Yardbirds. Oh yeah, he's going full Cockney accent on this one. Lowley. It's a show voice. Mm-hmm. That's something I'm always fascinated about. Like, a lot of great musicians have like a second voice, sort of alter ego thing. I think like almost every artist I like. Hi, buddy.
That's my problem. I told him to lay down. He's like, okay, but this thing looks like it's going to fall over.
Have you ever heard Flight of the Conchords, David Bowie song? Bowie, he's in space.
Oh, yeah. I listened to that recently. We're talking about
seen
that
the vampire show?
What?
That he wrote, the Flight of the Conchords guy?
Oh, crap. What is it called?
Things
we do in the...
Dark.
I didn't see the movie, but I just started watching the series.
They're all vampires, but except for one of them is this white guy who's like,
hilarious.
Like got male pattern baldness and everything. He's the emotional vampire.
The emotional vampire.
And he always gets to their victims before they do, and they're like, God damn it, Neil.
the best
He's ruined them.
The best is when they bring the kids over, and then they're sitting on the couch, and he's just talking to them about like Subarus, and they're like passing out on the couch.
Their blood is useless now.
JD
You
Power
sucked all the energy out of them. I said lay down. Come on, right here. Come on. No.
He's in did a bad thing.
Sorry, he's being weird.
Mood.
Yeah, lay down.
Yeah, this kind of harkens.
That just took a turn.
That's again, I'd like to do his very first album where it's all basically like show tunes.
That's different sound.
It's like sort of theatrical. He only really did it a few times after that first album, where he's like very sort of like, here's a thing for a stage play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, number one on the
Labyrinth.
greatest post Let's Dance.
He's getting ready for Labyrinth.
Of course, I'm Afraid of Americans, Volume 1. I'm afraid of Americans.
You know, I always squish my ears with it.
Thanks for your responsible practices.
It's not a commercial for Vapor Rub, so
I was trying to listen to you and heard the commercial.
It's very distracting.
Trent Reznor, McDonald's.
We were talking earlier about how the creative struggle between how much drugs to take and still have your creativity. This is something I don't need to worry about because I'm an accountant and I don't try to be anything else.
You know, drugs.
I don't need to find the balance.
When you were a kid, you were a classical pianist.
Yes.
Don't sell yourself short.
That was not a creative venture.
I tell you that the best. I think the drug cocktail.
I said lay down.
That is the best
lay down.
Chemical balance for doing accounting work.
Now
is no drugs whatsoever.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my favorite
Maybe some alcohol at night.
I've been a vocal proponent of drinking wine in hotel rooms while writing financial statements and footnotes. I'm a big fan. I find that to be a very productive environment. Law and Order on the TV, wine in my hand, computer on.
There's tax returns. I guess you kind of put you to sleep.
I can't do them. They really do.
Here's the second Who cover.
Okay. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Anywhere, anyhow.
Okay. This segment of what Chris's life is like outside of the podcast is over.
No.
Are they talking Xanadu?
Yes, the Olivia Newton-John film.
I like this just fine when nobody's singing. Classical piano is like fake creativity because people think you're being really like doing a thing, but it's all math. It's imitation. It's basically, if you're doing it well, it's a great karaoke without using your voice.
It's the secret ingredient of that great early Who, where it's like there are a lot of bands just doing sort of standard R&B. I mean, this was an original song, but like early rock and roll throwback R&B shit. But like with the Who is that contained chaos of like Pete Townsend just smashing the shit out of his guitar
I think he had a really good a way of making it sound like he was just about to do that all the time, and it was like, that's what you meant, like self-contained. Like, it's at any moment this concert could be over. You better enjoy it while you have the chance.
Oh man!
All right, if the lead guitarist is in the habit of smashing his guitar
and everything else on the stage,
threaten to end the concert at any moment.
Yeah, I was watching this one thing at the end of the show. Pete Townsend, he doesn't chuck it, but he like throws his guitar into the crowd. Like, here you go. Like, oh no, I hope somebody caught that.
And then people beat each other bloody.
Mm-hmm.
And
he calmed down when he got older and realized you need insurance to do things like that. Like, and then they go, no!
Yeah, I wonder how much collateral damage there were at early Who concerts.
But see, like, David Bowie never did shit like that.
If I go grab a
Just the next
beef jerky out of my car, is he gonna be okay with my beef jerky?
Yeah. You can tell him what you want him to do. He's... He is not the boss.
All right, last and second Who cover. This is another interesting one because Ray Davies has such distinct vocals. Didn't Van Halen cover this? This is the connective.
Yeah, this is the beginning of that album we did that one day, Diver Down.
So this is the connective tissue between
these
episodes.
Who else covered it?
Van Halen. They did... Just
How can you this song up, though? That's what I think.
They did.
It's like, just play it. Like, this one doesn't need any improvement or anything.
Did they do 2 or 3 Van Halen covers? But so yeah, that's the connective tissue.
Am I the only one that's hearing like a phone ringing in the background of this song?
Little piano going off.
Is that what that is? Wow, that's far away.
You come
Why
here.
don't you tell me where have all the good times gone? Skibbity bop.
No, you stay.
Okay, well, as far as the Pantheon of Bowie albums, I'm going to rate it a little lower because it's a cover album, so it's not like he had a lot of heavy lifting to do, but the production's really good.
Yeah.
And it's fairly reserved.
And it still sounds a lot like him, so he put his own spin
and it doesn't sound,
somewhere.
yeah, puts a lot of his own spin on it, where it's still
Do you know
recognizable.
any history of
it's like
this?
a nice...
Was it like a filler for his contract or something?
I think so.
I know a lot of greatest hits, for instance.
I think it was a contract obligation.
Yeah, it was like he needed another album or something.
I'm going to give it the exact same rating. No, that's not fair. This one gets a 7.9 pin. I'll give it 2 Vanity Fairs out of...
Hey,
I think I give every album a 2 out of 3.
I'm giving this
cool.
a 7.2
Cool.
out of 10 Skibidi Doo Bops.
It's not my favorite. There's nothing really stand out on it. I like it because it's one of my favorite artists, kind of sampling other of my favorite artists. And that's an interesting thing. It was fine. I don't really revisit it that much. All right.
I'll
you're
give
gonna
it
give it 4 out of 17.
6 Yankee Roses.
You have. I'll give you a solid 2 minutes here if you'd just like to say anything in the world, because this is the last podcast you'll be on, because this is coming to an end.
How do you know? We're going to keep doing these forever.
I mean, you could be back, but this
What?
probably...
We could figure out a way to do it over
107.
Skype.
Are you
Other people do
predicting
it.
my death?
No, I'm just saying this won't be going. By
Your death portends you.
So if you have anything you want to say to the 2 people that listen.
It was a great life. I'm glad I could be here.
You're welcome.
If this is the last thing I ever hear.
Yeah, if this is the last time I'm ever on the podcast, Brett did it. Call it off.
Call Dateline.
An accountant's rule!
Allegedly.
I never did anything wrong. I always accounted for everything.
It balanced, god damn it.
It balanced. Everything is 0. That's all you need to learn from my accountant. Everything is 0.
Oh, hold on. I'm
makes
going to
it
do a
happy.
special little extra snippet here. What was that song I sent you? That was incredible. The Wham ripoff.
Oh, yeah, that was
Look up it was like the Rough Boys, the cultured, the cultured boys or something.
You always
Hang
come
on,
up with
hang on,
something.
I got it,
I was
I got it,
waiting
I got
to
it.
pee.
I was listening to Sirius XM, the
Say.
80s station, and they played this amazing Wham ripoff song. I've from this
Here
band.
it is.
Yeah.
What are they called?
It's just a spot on.
The Boys Club.
Yeah, it's a spot on ripoff of Never Gonna Dance Again, Guilty Feet of God No Rhythm, Boys Club. I remember holding you.
Holding you.
This song it's such a spot on ripoff. It's amazing. Talking over album special bonus song, I'll Remember You by the
I remember holding you.
band Boys Club.
The very unforgettable
Let's
Boys Club.
just sing.
But it starts out with the sexy 80s sax.
They're never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. No,
Do you hear how he sounds just like George Michael?
Careless whisper.
Do they have other songs?
Not really, no.
I don't know.
I just feel like I know that cover.
Yeah, because Wham did it.
Are you guys up here listening to Five Finger Death Punch?
No, it's
Rip
called,
off.
I forgot their name
Wham?
already. Boys Club. They're called the Boys
This is
Club.
so awesome. It's like an alternate reality where Wham
Ding.
wasn't as talented.
Sorry, I thought
Feeling
I was being
felt so
funny.
right. The feeling
This Five
felt so
Finger
right.
Death
This
Punch
is good
rips off
songwriting.
everyone. Without
They rhymed
unity.
right with night.
Like
which
even
is just
Oh, I
quality.
get it. I hear the George Michael.
even the lyrical content is
Even though I know it's
lifted.
wrong. So wrong.
yeah, like
I can't decide what to look up first, the lyrics or the band.
I think the only thing different is like the Spanish guitar. They just sort of add that in, like, okay, it's kind
right,
of
which they stole from
different, but-
Madonna. I'm just saying. This is exactly what Madonna
Can you
was
look up
doing
what?
during that year.
Can you look up what the years are for this and Careless Whisper? I'm guessing this was like the year after, maybe.
Maybe I should have known. Okay, where's the year? 1988. See, they were late. And Careless Whisper.
He does kind of sound like Boy George when he hits the mid range.
And Careless Whisper is 86. I know it's 86 because I'm the Wham fanatic.
Everything is
Oh,
1986.
I'm wrong. It's 84. My mistake.
I'll edit that out. Here, just say it again, and I'll edit.
I'm
back
sorry, I just
in
came
where-
back
Careless
in here
Whisper is
and
1984,
you're listening
and I
to
know that
Careless
because
Whisper, right?
I'm the fanatic in the room.
Okay, there you go.
You're listening to Careless Whisper by Wham, right?
Oh yeah. Does anyone have anything they'd like me to edit back into a certain point of the podcast? Just go ahead and say it.
Wrong. You know why you know it's wrong? Because he's copying George Michael. Bastard.
Like,
Then you're never gonna dance again.
I mean, it's a good sax solo though. They got somebody good to do that.
No, you have to sing it like Chris does.
it's got to be Kenny G. It's Kenny G on the sax.
I should look that up.
Kenneth G. How come
Ooh, the guy with the
Warren G
The guy
and
with the
Kitty
skin
G
flute?
never did a mashup?
the guy that plays the skin flute.
Never gonna
You
dance
should see the video though.
Guilty feet of God.
Listener, you really got to check out the video for this song. It's so bloody awful. It's called I Remember Holding You. You can find it on YouTube without any trouble at all. The band is called Boys Club, and the video is phenomenal.
Oh, the guy on the left looks like a very young, sexy Deepak Chopra.
God damn it. Where did you come up with that crap, you cheddar cheese motherfucker?
He does. Look at this.
I forgot what I was trying to look up on
Seriously. Seriously.
Oh, who's that?
Deepak Chopra.
All right, everyone say
You
goodbye.
cheddar cheese motherfucker.
It's the last podcast ever.
You always say
That's how I
that.
sign off.
This
Okay.
week.
Don't take it literally.
Ever this week. Okay, I'm still
Last-
trying to figure out who played sax on this goddamn song.
It's Kenny G.
Oh, that'd be
He's the
sweet
only
if
person
it
who plays
was.
sax.
That'd be
It's
sweet if it was
Kenny
the same
Julian.
guy who did Careless Whisper.
With a G. Is that it?
Here
Are
we
we
go.
done?
Yeah.
Do I have to...
To keep looking.
Do I
Please
have
hold.
it?
Please hold. You can edit out all of this weirdness while I find it. Okay. They're officially, according to Wikipedia, a one-hit wonder.
This is the only time they ever
One
made
of their
a shout-out.
primary musical influences was, you guessed it, George Michael.
Whoa, really?
What?
And this goes on to say, and more specifically, the work George Michael did during the Wham
Holy yellow,
years.
Wow.
Batman.
No, really?
Is this their nice way of saying, yeah, they ripped off Careless Whisper?
Completely. La 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 la. It doesn't
Oh
freaking
God,
say.
you just sounded like Paul Sherman. Completely.
Okay, Only thing I want to say about this.
Oh, they're from Minneapolis, though, so they get a pass.
No, only thing I want to say about this is I have recently learned a lot about how music gets produced, and they might not have had one vote in how this song got edited or mixed or whatever, so... I mean, probably not, but I mean, I'm just saying, you have to hold out that they did something and had no control over it. There's always that.
Okay, fine. You want to give him benefit of the doubt, that's fine. But the Wikipedia article ends with related articles being Everything She Wants by George Michael.
Look better naked with our best-selling body butter.
Mm.
The righteous butter.
Good Lord.
What's it made out of?
Oh, that's one of those sample things.
Boar.
Walgreens gave me that crap.
Lost that rubbing feeling. Rubbing?
I never lack a rubbing one out.
Yeah, Walgreens gave me this eye cream, too. It's called Rescue Shots. Intense Rescue Shots.
Oh, no, they gave you that for me. I think I had a prescription
for that. It's an ampule. And I'm like, what, bitch? How old do you think I am?
My eyes
they give
are
you
just
this, too?
tired.
Yeah, it was. They had this little pack. Like, I happened to buy something on just the right day that they gave me all these expired things. There was a special bag it was all in together.
Like balloons fall from the ceiling.
Kind of, yeah.
They were like,
you got enough crap here today that you get this.
But you gotta love the packaging. Every time. It's like, I'm going to give you this box the size of a robot's penis, and it's going to have this tiny little ampule in it. It's an ampule.
That's fantastic. Did you want a circus peanut?
No.
Yeah, neither does Ziggy. Ziggy won't even eat that crap.
I'm good with this pepper.
I took a bite out of one and I spit it at the dog.
You know what I did want, though? I do like that I have this.
We should combine all these things into like one stew.
Which reminds me of making drinks in my apartment.
We've got podcast scoring here.
The Al Pacino.
Which episode is that?
Hey, wow, that's old.
We never.
And this. We have 2 podcast scores going on.
This was from...
See, this whole table is just podcast crap that I don't clean up or throw away.
Just throw it all into a garbage sack and
we'll burn it in effigy.
All right, everyone say goodbye.
Should I take my headphones?
Oh, are we still recording?
Help prevent.
I enjoyed that very much. It
was a great life. I'm glad I could be here.